Stargate even?
Star Trek, the original Star Trek, I must have auditioned for that show 8 or 9 times.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why it never happened.
Yeah.
But
This wouldn't be your first fan convention if it did. Even one episode could have got you.
is that a fact, really?
Oh, that's a fact.
Oh.
Yeah, certain shows you just are like gold mines today.
Did you ever try out for Voyager or any other Star Trek?
Well, I think I probably, that 8 or 9, whatever, kind of like...
Probably in those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know...
Anyone else? Please, by all means.
Are you a horror fan? Are you a fan of the genre itself, horror and science fiction, or do you prefer other types of films?
Well, I tell you, I'm a bit of a serious cat, okay? And I'm a little purist in my motivations and my inspirations. And not to trash anything, and I'm not putting anything down, but I somewhere along the line go back and embrace somebody like a David Lean in Brief Encounters. You know, to me it's like, tell the story simply, tell it sweetly, tell it poignantly, let's get some hearts involved. And to me that's what it's about.
So what you're saying is it doesn't matter if it's a horror film, a drama, a comedy, as long as the characters are well written and the film itself turns out well directed. And the best, everyone does their best on it. And
and if somebody tweaks your emotions, sort of like evokes a response from you, that's what it's about. You know, could be negative, could be positive, but if somebody like maybe gets in there and changes, ideally, if somebody's got some visionary status and sort of like moves your clock along, terrific. You're transformed in the process.
Anyone else? Go ahead.
I was just wondering with Shivers, that what you just said, if it surprises you, the affection that people still have for this film, you know, even now, and also what it's brought you as far as friends and family, what their reaction was to it, you know, throughout your life.
Well, thank you, Alan, for the question, and thank you for showing up, obviously, as people, admirers of the film, of David, and me as one of the actors. Yes, it's sweet, it's great, and I appreciate all of that. And every time, you know, I remember when I first moved to Los Angeles, and I was traveling in my car, and there was another car that pulled up, and this guy, so we're talking about 76, okay? And so this guy recognized me because the film had been out just a couple of years, and this guy, the whole car, kind of, hey man, you were in Shivers, and they went kind of crazy, and you know, you're always up for that kind of adulation. And I walked into a McDonald's one day, and some guy recognized me behind the counter. He said, hey man, can you sign my hat? You know, and that was great. In terms of the family, I've prodded them along, but they're a little squeamish. And so I don't believe, I think maybe 1 or 2 close relatives have seen the movie, and that's where it stands. I have to accept it for what it is.
But I have to say, as the promoter, that I'm always excited to have fans that have never done this, or guests that have never done this kind of thing for you fans. And if you'd really like to thank somebody, please thank Elizabeth Shepard, because she's Alan's friend who, and he gave me a call after she did the last show, which was her first convention of this type. So that's how I find them. You people wonder where I find guests that are interesting that you've never seen? Sometimes from other guests that are interesting that you've never seen. So, you know, just so you know, I'm indebted to Elizabeth Shepard for Alan being
and
here.
I'll pass that on.
Yeah, she's a class lady.
Oh, and
You
she
bet.
stays in touch too.
You bet.
I think she knows.
Yeah.
Art, you got any parting?
No other
anything to
questions?
say?
Be sure to visit Alan all weekend. He has lots of great stories.
Yeah,
Definitely
unless
stop
somebody's
by
got
his
anything to
table.
say. Is anybody any last questions here? I was just kind of looking like it was Ryan and Tom. Alan, any last things to say to the fans?
Well, no, I think we've said it all, although if something like triggers your mind, come by, have a conversation,
I was
have a
going to
chat.
say, that's what he's here for all
You know?
weekend long. Please stop by and, you know, grab a photo and ask him anything that comes to mind. That's what he's here to do.
Got a few anecdotes ready to go. You know? So,
by all means, let's give him a hand and thank him for being here. Like always, I thank you for attending. I hope you're having a great time.